Good evening and welcome to News Tonight on Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Tina Jha. Let's begin with the headlines of the day. Rahul Gandhi to file third affidavit in the Supreme Court expressing apology in Rafale contempt case. Chief Justice says court not convinced with his last affidavit, asks where is the complete regret for incorrectly attributing a political slogan to the court. BJP says Congress president has lost credibility. Home Ministry asks Rahul Gandhi to respond to complaints that he is a British citizen. Complaint filed by BJP MP Subramaniam Swamy. Congress asserts Rahul Gandhi an Indian citizen by birth. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses public rallies in Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. In Bahraich, the Prime Minister targets SP-BSP alliance, asserts Mahagathbandhan has an expiry date of 23rd May, claims opposition trying to make a weak government. BJP Chief Amit Shah addresses voters in Rajasthan, Rahul Gandhi in Madhya Pradesh. And growth of 8 core sectors improves to 4.7% in March 2019 compared to 4.5% in corresponding period last year. 8 infrastructure sectors remain constant at 4.3%. The Home Ministry on Tuesday, acting on a complaint from BJP MP Subramaniam Swamy, asked Congress President Rahul Gandhi to provide the factual position of his citizenship. He has been given a fortnight to respond to the notice. BJP MP Subramaniam Swamy has alleged that Rahul Gandhi holds British citizenship.
Congress President Rahul Gandhi has been asked to respond within 15 days to a complaint over his citizenship that claims he is a British citizen. The Home Ministry issued a notice to the Congress chief over his citizenship status on a complaint filed by Rajya Sabha MP and BJP leader Subramanian Swamy. The ministry has asked Rahul Gandhi to intimate it about the factual position on the matter. Reacting to the notice, the Home Ministry has termed the development a normal process.
यदि कोई मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट किसी भी मिनिस्ट्री को कोई पत्र लिखता है तो उस पत्र पर जो भी आवश्यक होता है वो कार्रवाई हर मिनिस्ट्री करती ही करती है, उसको इसी रूप में लिया जाना चाहिए.
Meanwhile, BJP has targeted the Congress party over the issue. Congress also claimed that the entire country knows Rahul Gandhi was born and brought up in India.
राहुल गांधी जी से, जो कि भारत के राजनीति के कांग्रेस पार्टी के एक महत्वपूर्ण व्यक्ति हैं, उनके भारतीय नागरिकता पर संदेह हुआ है, कुछ कंफ्यूजन है और होम मिनिस्ट्री ने उनसे क्लैरिफिकेशन मांगा है. अब देखिए, इफ यू क्रिएट अ कंफ्यूजन यू हैव टू क्लैरिफाई. अगर आपने भ्रम की स्थिति को उत्पन्न किया है, आपने भ्रम की स्थिति को पैदा किया है, तो स्पष्टीकरण भी आप ही को देना पड़ेगा. इसलिए बंधुओं, इसमें कोई राजनीति नहीं है. राहुल गांधी जी ने खुद भ्रम की स्थिति पैदा की है और अब देश उनसे स्पष्टीकरण और क्लैरिफिकेशन चाहता है.
सच्चाई यह है कि ये पूरा देश जानता है श्री राहुल गांधी जन्म से भारत के नागरिक हैं, सदैव रहेंगे. उनका और उनके परिवार का देश के लिए कुर्बानी का इतिहास है और इस प्रकार के बवंडर और झूठे बयानात देने वाली भाजपा कभी अपने षड्यंत्र में देश का ध्यान भटकाने में कामयाब नहीं होगी.
पूरे हिंदुस्तान को मालूम है कि राहुल गांधी हिंदुस्तानी है. पूरे हिंदुस्तान को मालूम है. उनके सामने पैदा हुआ, उनके सामने उसकी परवरिश हुई, उनके सामने वो बड़ा हुआ, सबको मालूम है.
A few days ago, an objection on the citizenship issue was also raised by an independent candidate against Rahul Gandhi in Amethi. But the returning officer, after scrutiny, declared his nomination papers as valid. Gandhi is seeking re-election from the Amethi Lok Sabha constituency, which goes to polls in the 5th phase of voting on May 6th. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And let's now get you all the news and updates from the ongoing Lok Sabha elections. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed rallies at Bahraich and Barabanki in Uttar Pradesh and Muzaffarpur in Bihar on Tuesday. Addressing the rally at Bahraich, the Prime Minister said, for development, the country needs a strong government which only the BJP can give. He added that providing dignity and security to every citizen is the agenda of the BJP.
आज सुपना साफ होने के डर से भले ही साथ आ गए हो, लेकिन ये स्वार्थ का साथ है। ऐसे ही साथ के लिए रहीमदास जी कह गए हैं, कह रहीम कैसे निभे बैर कैर के संग। कहा रहीम कैसे निभे बैर कैर के संग। साथियों, कुछ हफ्तों के लिए ही सही, अगर आज बैर और कैर साथ आए हैं तो इनका टूटना भी तय है। इनकी एक्सपायरी डेट 23 तारीख शाम को पक्की है।
At another rally in Uttar Pradesh, Barabanki, the Prime Minister said opposition leaders have lost their sleep after 4 phases of polling, adding that they are now working to save their deposits on most of the seats.
कहां घोटाला नहीं था। एनआरएचएम घोटाला यानी आपके इलाज में घोटाला, स्मारक घोटाला यानी उन महापुरुषों के नाम पर घोटाला जिनके नाम पर बहनजी वोट मांगती है। इन लोगों ने आपकी चीनी मिलें तक औने पौने दाम पर बेच दी।
Earlier, addressing a public rally in Muzaffarpur in Bihar, the Prime Minister said that the pace of his government's drive against corruption and black money wouldn't slow down. Targeting the opposition Mahagathbandhan, the Prime Minister said that they are in an alliance only for their vested interests. Well, there's big breaking news coming in at the moment. The Election Commission has given a clean chit to Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the Model Code of Conduct violation issue. The Prime Minister has been given a clean chit in the case involving his speech in Wardha on the 1st of April that allegedly violated the Model Code of Conduct. The Election Commission said that it is of the considered view that in this matter no violation has taken place. The Congress party had complained to the poll panel about this. In fact, the Congress had even approached the Supreme Court alleging inaction by the Election Commission. For more on the story, let's go across to my colleague Panchanan Mishra. Panchanan, what we believe is that the Election Commission has given a clean chit to Prime Minister Modi in the Model Code of Conduct violation issue. What more can you share with us?
Yes, the Election Commission has given a clean chit to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and it categorically said that there is no violation of Model Code of Conduct. This was the speech which Prime Minister has given in Wardha on 1st of April. It was related to Rahul Gandhi, who was contesting from the Wayanad Lok Sabha constituency. And in this speech of Prime Minister, Congress find it objectionable and complained it to the Election Commission. And even after complaining Election Commission, Congress approached to Supreme Court also, and Sushmita Dev, the party leader, Congress leader, has approached to Supreme Court that she was complaining that Election Commission is not taking action, so Supreme Court should direct the Election Commission to take the cognizance. So Supreme Court also decided that the Election Commission should take a call on this. So finally, Election Commission has given a clean chit to Prime Minister.
All right, Panchanan, thank you so much for those details. So as my colleague pointed out, the Supreme Court on Tuesday sought the Election Commission's response on a plea by Congress MP alleging Model Code of Conduct violations by Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well as BJP Chief Amit Shah. A bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi said it would hear on Thursday the plea of Sushmita Dev, Congress Lok Sabha MP from Silchar in Assam, in which she has alleged inaction by the poll panel in deciding complaints against the Prime Minister and the BJP President. The Congress MP in her plea had listed out several alleged instances of MCC violations by Prime Minister Modi and BJP Chief Amit Shah in their meetings as well as rallies. She had urged the Apex Court to provide necessary direction to the Election Commission to expeditiously take action on complaints pending before it for alleged MCC violations. So now the Election Commission has acted on it. In fact, the Election Commission has given a clean chit to Prime Minister Modi on this issue. Moving on, BJP President Amit Shah addressed public rallies in Rajasthan's Dausa, Bharatpur as well as Alwar. Addressing a public rally first in Dausa, Amit Shah said that the BJP will remove Article 370 of the Constitution that grants special status to Jammu and Kashmir when Narendra Modi becomes the Prime Minister once again.
कश्मीर भारत का अभिन्न अंग है, मां भारती का मुकुट मणि है। कश्मीर को हम अपने प्राणों की बाजी लगाकर भी जाने नहीं देंगे। मित्रों, हमने कहा है मोदी जी दोबारा प्रधानमंत्री बनते हैं तो कश्मीर के अंदर से धारा 370 को हटा देंगे। हटानी चाहिए या नहीं हटानी चाहिए? हटानी चाहिए या नहीं हटानी चाहिए? ये राहुल हम कहते हैं धारा 370 हटाओ, राहुल बाबा कहते हैं राजद्रोह की कलम हटाओ।
He also addressed a rally in Alwar, and Amit Shah accused the Congress of favoring the terrorists while the Modi government knows how to retaliate. This is what the BJP president said in Alwar.
ये राहुल बाबा के गुरु है सैम पित्रोड़ा। सैम पित्रोड़ा ने कहा कि 2-4 बच्चों ने गलती कर दी, आपने पाकिस्तान पर बम क्यों गिराए? इनसे बातचीत करिए, वार्ता करिए। वार्ता करनी चाहिए, बम गिराने चाहिए। अलवर वालों, माताएं बोले बातचीत करनी चाहिए, बम गिराने चाहिए। मित्रों, मैं आपको बताए देता हूं कि राहुल बाबा एंड कंपनी को इलू आतंकवादियों से करना है तो करने दो, हमें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। ये नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार है, पाकिस्तान से गोली आएगी, यहां से गोला जाएगा, ईंट का जवाब पत्थर से।
And Congress President Rahul Gandhi on Tuesday said no farmer in the country will be jailed for not repaying loans if his party comes to power at the centre. He was addressing a public rally in Tikamgarh district of Bundelkhand region in Madhya Pradesh. Addressing the gathering, the Congress president said, like Manrega, Nyay scheme will hugely benefit the people of Bundelkhand region. Rahul Gandhi also addressed election rallies later in Damoh and Khajuraho parliamentary constituencies of Madhya Pradesh.
जैसे ही न्याय योजना का पैसा आपके बैंक अकाउंट में पहुंचेगा, और मैं आपको गारंटी दे रहा हूं 5 करोड़ बैंक अकाउंट में हर महीने 6,000 रुपए तक, जनवरी 6,000, फरवरी 6,000, मार्च 6,000, दिसंबर तक 6,000, अगली जनवरी 6,000। जैसे आपकी घड़ी चलती है वैसे न्याय योजना आपको पैसा देगी।
And BSP Supremo Mayawati addressed an election rally in Lucknow wherein she said that the Congress was in power for the longest time and yet it was not able to help the poor, the unemployed, the farmers, Muslims as well as other minorities. Mayawati hit out both at the BJP as well as the Congress party for not fulfilling the poll promises made in the past. She said that the Congress and the BJP failed to make the constitution work for the people, wherein Dr. Ambedkar gave everyone the chance to develop all aspects of their lives. Taking a dig at the centre, Mayawati said that the Dalits, Adivasis and other backward castes do not get reservation in private sector, while the situation of the Muslims and other religious minorities has also not improved.
कि कांग्रेस पार्टी के केंद्र में व अधिकतर राज्यों में भी लंबे अरसे तक रहे शासनकाल में इनकी अधिकांश रही गलत नीतियों व गलत कार्य प्रणाली की वजह से ही फिर इस पार्टी को केंद्र वह काफी राज्यों की भी सत्ता से बाहर होना पड़ा है।
And addressing an election rally in Banda in Uttar Pradesh, Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav termed the SP-BSP alliance an alliance for big change. He said that the SP-BSP-RLD alliance stood for social justice and would work for those who were denied justice for years. He termed the alliance as a confluence, in fact, sangam of two ideologies. Akhilesh Yadav, who is contesting from Azamgarh Lok Sabha constituency, also promised to increase senior citizens' pension for women from 500 rupees to 3,000 rupees.
एक गठबंधन के बारे में कहते हैं ये महा मिलावट गठबंधन है, लेकिन हम उन्हें बताना चाहते हैं 4 चरणों में जनता ने सहयोग किया है, मदद की है। ये महा मिलावट वाला नहीं गठबंधन है, ये महा परिवर्तन वाला गठबंधन है। और ये महागठबंधन विचारों का है, ये 2 दलों के विचारों का संगम हुआ है। कभी डॉक्टर लोहिया और डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर जी मिलकर के काम करना चाहते थे, समय ने मौका नहीं दिया, परिस्थिति नहीं बनी, दोनों लोग मिलकर के काम नहीं कर पाए। नेताजी और मान्यवर काशीराम जी ने मिलकर के गठबंधन किया था।
While Samajwadi Party leader Azam Khan was on Tuesday barred from campaigning for 48 hours for his provocative remarks against poll authorities in Uttar Pradesh and also for making communal statements. This is the second time this month that the Election Commission has imposed a ban on Azam Khan. The fresh ban will come into force at 6 a.m. on Wednesday. Earlier, he was barred from campaigning for 72 hours for his controversial remarks against BJP candidate Jayaprada. Scrutiny of nominations for 7th and final phase was held on Tuesday. Voting will take place in 59 constituencies across 7 states and Union Territory of Chandigarh on 19th May in the 7th and final phase. Polling for all 13 seats of Punjab, 13 seats of Uttar Pradesh, 9 in West Bengal, 8 seats each in Bihar and Madhya Pradesh, 4 of Himachal Pradesh, 3 in Jharkhand and 1 seat of Chandigarh. Last date for withdrawal of candidature is 2nd May. Campaigning for the 7th and final phase will end on the 17th of May. In some other news, Congress President Rahul Gandhi on Tuesday offered to file a fresh affidavit in the Rafale contempt case. This after the Supreme Court made it clear that the judges were not convinced with his last affidavit that ran into 22 pages but did not spell out that he regretted his statement. The Supreme Court bench, headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi, also observed that in the affidavit file, at one point the Congress is admitting the mistake and at one point denying making contemptuous remarks. Rahul Gandhi's counsel, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, admitted to the top court that there were 3 errors in the Congress president's affidavit and said he will file a fresh affidavit tendering an apology. The Supreme Court allowed Gandhi's plea and gave him the opportunity to file another affidavit. The court posted the matter for hearing on 6th of May. So this would be Rahul Gandhi's 3rd affidavit in the contempt case filed against him by BJP MP Meenakshi Lekhi for wrongly attributing his political slogan against the Prime Minister to the Supreme Court judges.
इसके लिए हमने बड़े स्वतंत्र सीधे रूप से कहा है कि न हमारा कभी इरादा था, न उद्देश्य था, न मंतव्य था और न हम इसको समर्थन करते हैं और इसके लिए हमने रिग्रेट कहा है। अगले 3-4 दिनों में उपयुक्त एक और हलफनामा डालेंगे, एडिशनल हलफनामा, जिसमें हम स्पष्ट कर देंगे कि जहां तक एट्रीब्यूशन का सवाल है हम अपॉलॉजी मांगते हैं। रिग्रेट तो हमने कह ही दिया है, हम अपॉलॉजी शब्द का भी प्रयोग करेंगे।
And reacting to the development in the top court, the BJP said Congress President Rahul Gandhi has lost credibility after expressing regret for incorrectly attributing his political remark to the Supreme Court.
जिस प्रकार की एफिडेविट से वो फिर बचना चाह रहे थे, झूठ के माध्यम से फिर एक बार अपने बयानों को बरकरार रखने की प्रयास कर रहे थे। इस प्रकार की ओवर स्मार्ट बनने की जो राहुल गांधी ने जो एक कला अभी तक दिखाई, उस ओवर स्मार्टनेस के लिए उनको फिर एक बार कोर्ट के सामने माफी मांगने की नौबत आई है। और जो सबसे अहम विषय है एक किसी भी राजनेता के लिए, वो है विश्वसनीयता। राहुल गांधी आज पूरी तरह अपनी विश्वसनीयता खो चुके हैं।
And the Supreme Court on Tuesday directed the centre to file its response by the 4th of May to the petition seeking review of last December's verdict, which dismissed the pleas challenging India's deal to procure 36 Rafale fighter jets from France. A bench comprising Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi and Justices S.K. Kaul and K.M. Joseph asked Attorney General K.K. Venugopal, representing the centre, that the reply, if any, be filed by Saturday, and listed the review petitions for hearing on the 6th of May. The top court did not allow the centre's submission that the hearing on 3 review petitions in the case be adjourned, as it wanted 4 weeks to file its response to the pleas. Earlier this month, on the 10th of April, the apex court had allowed the pleas, which relied on leaked documents, for seeking review of its Rafale judgment, and dismissed the government's preliminary objections claiming privilege over them. Remember, the centre had raised objections that those documents were not admissible as evidence under Section 123 of the Indian Evidence Act, and no one could produce them in court without the permission of the department concerned, as they are also protected under the Official Secrets Act. The growth of 8 core sectors improved to 4.7% in March 2019 against 4.5% in the same month last year. For the full 2018-19 fiscal, the expansion rate of 8 infrastructure sectors remained constant at 4.3%. The infrastructure sector growth will also have an impact on the index of industrial production, as these segments account for about 41% of the total factory output. Severe cyclonic storm Forney intensified into a very severe cyclonic storm on Tuesday and is likely to hit the Odisha coast on Friday. The Met officials have said that Forney can worsen into an extremely severe cyclone by Wednesday, prompting the Odisha government to put the National Disaster Response Force and the Indian Coast Guard on high alert. The IMD has predicted the speed of cyclone Forney at time of landfall to be 175 to 185 kilometers per hour. The cyclone will move along the coast of Odisha and go further to West Bengal. The IMD has also suggested suspension as well as diversion of railway traffic and advised people to remain indoors.
The synoptic situations have showing that there is a very severe cyclonic storm over Southeast Bay and its adjoining areas of Southwest Bay of Bengal, and it is approximately 600 kilometers to Visakhapatnam and 800 kilometers far off Puri in Odisha district, laying to southeast of these two places, and the direction of its movement at present is moving in northwestward direction, and later on 3rd it's likely to recurve and move in northeastward direction and likely to hit the coast of Odisha.
The Indian Coast Guard and Navy have deployed ships as well as helicopters for relief and rescue operations. The Indian Navy has prepared ships with additional divers, doctors, inflatable rubber boats as well as relief materials. The Army and Air Force units in Andhra Pradesh, Odisha as well as West Bengal have also been put on standby. NDRF has deployed 41 teams for pre-positioning.
The cyclone is still in the Bay of Bengal, and it is likely to move northwestward till 1st of May, and thereafter it will recurve north and northwestward towards the Odisha coast. And they have predicted that the cyclone would hit somewhere in Puri district, and it will be sometimes in the 3rd May late evening.
And in the wake of the high alert, the National Crisis Management Committee met on Tuesday for the second time to review the preparedness. Based on the decision of the first meeting of the NCMC, the centre has already released advance financial assistance of 1,086 crore rupees to Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha and West Bengal to assist them in undertaking preventive and relief measures. Reviewing the preparedness of the states and central agencies, the Cabinet Secretary directed that all necessary measures be taken to prevent any loss of life and to keep in readiness essential supplies, including food, drinking water, medicines, etc. So that's it from us in this news bulletin. Thank you very much for your time.